Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. It is Wednesday, April 29th. Watching Bitcoin here. Yesterday, we talked about if it pumped up, watch for that standard deviation of the VWAP inside of the weekly dynamic reactor, guys. That's where we're getting our rejection right now. Also, looking down at the oscillator on the 4-hour, it does look like we're about to get a zero line rejection here on the oscillator ribbon. Money flow kind of flat and turning to the downside, and volume is low. So, guys, are we going to see that? Because historically, we'll talk about this here today on the show. Historically, every FOMC, whether they cut rates or they raised rates or they kept them the same, going all the way back to June 2025, we have seen a Bitcoin dump after the FOMC. It is FOMC day, guys, and so you know what time it is. It's time to get this thing started. Let's go.
Knowledge is profit. Yeah. Knowledge is profit. Check the macro, read the chart, you can't stop it. Target lock, ready to fire, load the rocket. At the Piper Academy, knowledge is profit. Alexander G, the Mod Queen is here. Buck is getting roasted, the pirate is in gear. OC has spaghetti, JR takes a nap. Chart prime signals lighten up the map. Knowledge is profit. Yeah. Knowledge is profit. Check the macro, read the charts, you can't stop it. Target lock, ready to fire, load the rocket. The Piper Academy, knowledge is profit.
Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. Again, Wednesday, April 29th. We are coming into the end of the year, so is May going to be that dump that we are expecting to see every bear cycle, every crypto winter could be. But we do have FOMC today. Jerome Powell going to be coming on at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to speak. That's what's supposed to be his last FOMC, but we'll have to take a look at that also. That may not be the case. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling, guys. A lot of red on the chart here behind me on the crypto bubbles, looking pretty sad, pretty sad. And markets are also selling off today. So let's go ahead and get this thing. You know what time it is. Class is in session. Oh, yeah. Everyone take your seats. Take your seats. Eric Wallen in the class. Close the door. JR, appreciate you being here. Robert Mulligan, let's go just jump over to the chat cam. Let's give everybody a shout out. We got JR in here, our in-house trader. He's going to be live in our Discord today through the early morning, I believe so. And then, yeah, he's going to be doing some trading over there. So if you were in the Discord, make sure you jump in with our in-house trader, JR. He's going to be dropping some fire trades in there. Steve Hickey's in here. Good morning to you, bro. Appreciate you. Veritech Bill in the house. What's up, Bill? How you doing, man? Robert Mulligan, Hart, Andrea saying homie. Morning. Harp's in here. I already said your name. Ball and Wallen, you get a double shout out. Deb's in here with us, and Ninja Glock was the first one in this morning saying good morning. I'll stay late for FOMC. There you go. JR's going to stay there to trade late with you guys for the FOMC and the Dirty Dutchman. The Dirty Dutchman's in the house. Makes me smile. Appreciate you being here, man. Kelly, Caliphate, what's up, lady? How you doing? Good morning, Piper. Good morning, JR. And hey, Steve. She's giving shouts out there. Appreciate it. Awesome. Let's go and let's get into the chart. Let's talk about that. I do want to start out something though. You guys seem to like the videos last week, so here we go. Here's your new anthem for the United States, guys. We're gonna call it the recession anthem. So maybe we need to start playing this one every morning.
We're in a recession. Just when I thought I saved up some money, the price is too high, and I'm not willing to pay. We're in a recession. Man, I'm broke and I don't know what to do. I guess I need a second job too in a recession. If I'm gonna spend it, then I gotta spend it all. I gotta ignore when the bill collectors call. I'm so broke, I don't know what to do. About to give you part two of the recession. Saving money is the hardest thing I ever had to do. Got me looking at these bills like, man, how I'm gonna pay you. Remember that car I bought and I told y'all I was leasing it, leasing it. Yeah, they repossessed it and they keeping it. The first thing that came to mind was rude. Second thing was, what if my card gets declined while getting food? Third thing was me wishing that I never spent all my bread. How I am getting evicted and bye-bye to my income tax.
Yeah, I just had to play that. I saw it yesterday. Thought it was pretty funny. And guys, that's the sentiment across the retail sector right now. A lot of people feel like we're already in the recession. The funniest one though is the comment here behind it. It said, "Dude, grocery shopping is depressing AF." Nah, for real, for real. So let me know, is that how you guys feel? Are we in a recession right now already? Let me know in the chat. But yeah, pretty funny. I know Dutch. He says pretty gay, but okay. That's okay. Appreciate you, Dutch. All right, let's get into the data here, guys. Let's talk about what we're seeing over here on the metrics from Into the Cryptoverse today. Right now, total crypto market cap currently sitting at $2.558 trillion. Looking at the trend on this, we're at 5.196, so we're currently undervalued about 50% from the fair value trend on Bitcoin's norm. Looking at the wristbands here, 36.8. Guess where we are? We're still in a 4x DCA, so that's okay. Gway, bit late. Hey, fan, what's up, DDT? Gway is the way. Mike Play dropping in here. French Toaster dropping in here with us, too. Appreciate you all, man. Yeah, we're still in a 4x DCA for the wristbands. We tend to spend about 13% of our entire history at this range. So still could be longer, or we may be going lower. We may be hitting that 5x DCA, 6x DCA level for the Piper plan, guys. Looking at Bitcoin dominance, we are sitting at 59.99%. We've lost 60%. Down by 0.01% there on the stable coins. Bitcoin dominance with stable coins. Take away those stables, we're still sitting well above 67%. Matter of fact, we're closer now to 68% than what we were yesterday, I believe. So, yeah, Bitcoin not going into alts when the people are selling it. They're moving that money over into stable coins, probably for good reason. That's what I would be doing too if I was concerned about how much dry powder I have. Looking here at the last 24 hours for liquidations, according to CoinGlass data, we had 82,554 traders get liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $248.75 million. The largest single liquidation order happened on Binance. It was the ETH trade for $6.65 million. Someone just donating there. Looking at longs versus shorts volume right now, guys, for the 24-hour period, short volume 49.36, long volume 50.64, slightly higher there on the long volume for the last 24 hours. But on the past hour now, we have shifted a little bit, 2.99 billion on short volume versus long volume at 2.93. Still holding almost 50-50 here on the bulls and bear fight, and they're not showing any winner on that front. Heisenberg said, "This is huge." Let me refresh this. I think I might actually have one more in here above this. Oh, I do. There we go. Here's what I was talking about with Powell, guys. Here you go. This is according to Coin Euro. Powell could stay at the Fed even after his chair term ends. So this was a comment made previously about him. Will he stay? Will he go? Well, guys, it really comes down to the matter of this investigation from the inspector general. So the DOJ may have dropped his criminal probe, their criminal probe on Jerome Powell. He said he would stay until that was finished. But that's been dropped. And so now it's the inspector general investigation continuing. Is Powell going to leave his seat? Is this his final FOMC? His board seat doesn't run out until 2028. So technically, as long as he's a Fed governor, he has leverage to stay right there in his seat and go, I'm still under investigation. I need access to the data that I manage in this position. Standoff is not over. So it's the last card Powell has to play against the president who's had it in for him for many years. So it continues. It continues, guys. Today's schedule is insane, by the way, for the markets. 10:30 a.m. Here in about 7 minutes, we're going to get U.S. oil inventories coming in. Could see some volatility come off of that on the markets. And then We got the Fed interest rate decision today. Of course, it's FOMC day, and then Jerome Powell at 2:30 p.m. is going to speak. Will he start? As we were discussing in the Discord this morning, is he going to start off his day today with good afternoon, or is he going to say something different? Buck said he would like to see him at the end say "FUBs." I'm out and just drop the microphone. I would like to see that too, but probably not going to happen. And then today, after the markets closed, Google, Amazon, and Meta got their earnings, and then Trump said he has an announcement at 4:05 p.m. today. So expect high market volatility today, guys. Looking here at the earnings today. We are on Wednesday, and you can see right there they are. Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Google, all four after the markets closed today. Qualcomm's also going to be another big one. It's going to be part of the AI play. And if you guys saw in the thumbnail, the AI Big 10, the Magnificent Seven has kind of been taken over by the AI Big 10 now, and that's where everyone should be watching. We talked about a lot of these companies in our AI watch list in our Discord. So if you guys are over there investing on that list, you're doing quite well because the AI Big 10 is the biggest player now, and the Magnificent Seven are kind of out the door. Looking here at the Fear and Greed Index for today, Bitcoin sitting at 26 in fear, back in that zone that it had started back in January 19th. On the geopolitical front side, guys, this came out 6 hours ago. Donald J. Trump dropping this on Truth Social. Iran can't get their act together. They don't know how to sign a non-nuclear deal. They better get smart soon, President DJT. And yes, this picture was on his post. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I copied that and put it onto my thumbnail this morning. So, yeah, no more Mr. Nice Guy, according to Trump. Of course, right, here recently we had a report from the White House saying that President Trump has discussed with U.S. oil companies a plan to potentially continue the U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz for months. So we may not see an end to this geopolitical tension and this oil-driven inflation anytime soon, guys. Of course, we all well know that Trump is famous for rhetoric and then the taco chickening out there, but he is discussing potentially months more of blockade. And so if he can work it out with those oil companies, you did just have the UAE that left OPEC also as official as of May 1st. So what we're actually seeing here is there could be this whole restructuring of the oil industry, and what that would mean for prices, hard to tell at this point. Iranian state media also warns of an unprecedented military action if U.S. seizures of Iranian-linked vessels continues. Last night, Wall Street Journal reported that President Trump instructed his aides to prepare for an extended blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran threatening back unprecedented military action. I just don't know what they have left at this point, honestly, though, for military action. So Brent crude prices are now nearing $114 a barrel. As a matter of fact, the U.S. oil prices, we'll do a little bit further look at this in a bit. They've extended to $105 a barrel as President Trump prepares to extend that U.S. blockade for months. And then here's the AI Big 10 that we were talking about, guys. AI stock concentration has just hit dot-com bubble levels. And I've showed you that chart on the books chart. Let me pull that up here. Let's go to the books. The books. I got them in here in the books. I got to pull up the books chart because we talked about this, how much this looks like 1999 right now on the S&P. You'll see it here as soon as it loads. It's loading. It's loading. There we go. Looking at this from this perspective, let me turn this sideways. There we go. This is 1999's run of the market. And if I go back here and look at 1999, 1974, nope, too far. 1999. There we go. This is 1999, and this copy here of the yellow is coming. It's a copy of these candles here. We're nearing up towards the top side of this. Now, keep in mind, this was registered right here, so we're about at this point, and it did go higher. I still think the S&P does zoom a little bit higher. I'm calling for 7,400 to be hit on the stock front. What's up, James on Random? How you doing, man? Good to see you dropping in. Indie Rock Crypto in here. You know what it is. And Crypto Squid. Awesome. Appreciate you guys rolling in here. If this is what we get .com type bubble popping. We could be seeing the AI bubble mirroring very similar to that. But looking back over here, the AI Big Ten now make up 41% of the total market cap of the S&P 500, matching the peak concentration of tech and telecom stocks during the .com bubble in 2000. That does not automatically mean AI is a bubble. But history shows that when one theme becomes this dominant, markets become dangerously dependent on a tiny group of winners, meaning you've got to, like, say you've got three legs of a chair made out of toothpicks and one leg of a chair that's made out of, a nice oak piece rod. And then you pull that one oak piece. Those toothpicks are not going to hold it up for long. The Nifty 50 peaked near 40% in the 1970s. Japan hit 44% of the global markets in the late 80s. Tech hit 41% in 2000. And right now, we're seeing the AI Big Ten sitting at that 41% level of concentration. Big sell-offs there after each of these guys. Are we going to see something similar here with the AI Big Ten? Good question. Good question. Looking here at TradFi side, let's go over here and look at the stock market this morning. NASDAQ up just slightly, a little bit over flat, 0.05%. S&P is sitting about flat. Dow Jones down about 0.4%, and the rest of 2K down about 0.25%. Volatility index is up 1% today, meaning we could be starting into a volatile day. And like we said, could be happening. Multi-year bear market loading. I'd be okay with that. I would feel bad for a lot of people. I don't think people are prepared for something like that. But if we had a multi-year bear market, it just means that if we are diligent with our buying, diligent with what we're buying, diligent with managing FOMO, we should be able to pick up a lot of stuff for really good prices and be set for the next rally because nothing stays down forever. And we know that. Inflation alone will keep things afloat. Indie Rock Crypto said 7,600 in 2026. That's even possible. I'm being conservative when I say I'm calling for 7,400. But yeah, there's some people out there talking about 8,000 on the stock market by 2027. So, meaning that it would not have this 41% collapse. I don't think that we're going to slow down. I don't think that we're going to slow down the AI race with China. But it doesn't mean that the companies that are absorbing all of this are going to be the heavy swingers. Matter of fact, it could actually get worse on the concentration because what we could get is we could get that some of these companies start to absorb other companies and they consolidate, meaning there's even less in that heavy way of picking up stuff. Mark, that's trading is the way, investing later. That's what I do. I trade to make money to put into my investing. So, yeah, trading absolutely can be made in any direction. Look at the 10-year bonds market here, guys. Closing in on 4.4. We're at 4.394 right now in the 10-year treasury yield, just slightly today. Looking at oil, though, guys, look at this. Oil is at $104.88 a barrel. Brent, these are futures. Keep that in mind. Brent is at 116.87, continuing to the upside. Matter of fact, let's jump over here and look at today's energy prices on the EIA-IOU. EIEIO. Look at this. WTI, there's your oil, 103. Spot price, this is as of yesterday's closing. Brent's closing spot price, 117. Which means 116.82, still under what the spot price is at, which means that one's probably going to come up even higher on the Brent futures here. So oil prices today, this will be out tonight for the 29th. We'll see what they close out today. But yesterday, closing higher than what we currently are seeing on futures. Let's look at the crypto bubble, see what we got here. Pingu up 2.8%. There's a mover there in the last hour. Bitcoin for the daily is up 1.2%. Ethereum is up 1.8. XRP is up 0.4. BNB is up 0.4. And Solana is up 1.1. That is the top five minus those two stable coins here. And let's go down and take a look at Doge, up 7.8% today. What the hell's going on with Doge? Get the bounce. Are you ever going to upgrade the natural gas infrastructure? Are we ever going to? I don't know. I think we're way behind on a lot of infrastructure, not just energy sector. Our infrastructure is dated, like heavily dated. So they need to do something on it. What else? Big movers here. Cardano's up 1%. Bitcoin Cash up 1.4. Zcash at number 18, down 2.1. Rounding out the top 20 is Meme Core, down 1.3 today. I do think that these end in the red later on in the day, guys. Just my personal humble opinion. We did get some economic data today, nothing major. Housing starts came in. It looked like it was a bit higher for housing starts for March. February's housing starts, old data here, not really relevant to today. We do have the Fed interest rate decision coming in today at 2 p.m. It says 1 p.m. It's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Jerome Powell's speech at 2:30 today. Tomorrow we're going to get core PCM, and I'm betting that this is actually higher. They're expecting it's going to be down. I don't see how inflation data goes down at this time because this is going to be March's data. So I think this is actually going to come in higher than zero point 0.4 tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I can't be wrong. I've been wrong. Ask my wife. She knows. She reminds me every time. Looking here at April, guys, for the rate cut today, April 29th, zero chance of a rate cut here. We are also seeing no chance of a rate cut. We don't break 50% until December of 2027, not 2026. So 1 and almost 3/4 of a year out from now is when we first get our over 50% chance of a rate cut. So I'm not seeing that in the thing anytime soon. Although if Kevin Warsh comes in, he wants a full 1% rate cut between now and the end of 2026. So we'll see how that works out for him. But I think that's a horrible idea. I think if he cuts rates, he's going to send us into a mad frenzy of recession, honestly. Jet fuel bidding wars break out as airlines confront global stress tests, guys. If you guys are planning on traveling, keep in mind your tickets are going to get more expensive as this goes on. They're already up. So wives know that's why I'm not married. Oh, Dirty Dutch. I appreciate you, man. You're awesome, dude. Looking here at the chat, trading is the way, investing later. Yep, I agree. They need to wash out the COVID money, of course. Global stress test. Let's talk about the bullets here. Europe faces an acute logistics problem with the Iran war severity, restricting the flow of oil to from the Middle East. The International Energy Agency earlier this month warned that Europe could run out of jet fuel in weeks, and the prospect of sweeping cancellations coupled with stiff price hikes on the remaining routes looms large across the continent. So if you're trying to fly into Europe, good luck. And then we got $1 million gold bear. Drop the bears in the chat for this one, guys. We got $1 million gold bear emerging ahead of the Fed decision, but he didn't just open a big short. He actually closed he sold the upside call exposure on the gold ETF, GLD, while simultaneously buying downside put exposure. Remember, you call up a friend, you put down the phone, long versus short. So short exposure in a two-pronged trade that both brings in $1 million credit and creates potential for big gains if GLD drops by at least 15% by mid-July. This is a $1 million trade on gold here, so it'd be interesting to see. Good morning, Crow. Crow? Who's in here? I don't know what you're saying. Crew? I think you meant crew. Who knows? Who knows what JR's talking about over here, man? Traders sold 4,000 of the $450 strike gold calls expiring July 17th for a credit of $3.1 million. And then he bought 8,000 contracts at $360 strike put shorts expiring the same day for $2 million. That means as long as gold stays below $450 by the expiration, the trader is essentially getting paid to take a long shot bet on a big crash in gold. So they're going to pay him. What's up, OC guy? My dude in the house. Yeah, gold, guys. There's a DGen out there. Let's talk about this. Let's go take a look at the chart. This is all of the FOMCs from June 2025 to current. Every single one of them, whether they raised rates, kept rates the same, cut the rates, raise the rates, or kept them the same. Those three options, no matter what. Bitcoin has done 7% in June 2025, 6% in July 2025, September 7%, October 2025 13%, December 2025 10%, Wednesday, January. Keep in mind this 29 October dump of 13%. That happened after the October 10th sell off. Okay. So just because we've already are already down doesn't mean it can't drop more. We did it back in October. No problem. No harm, no foul. December 2025 was a 10% drop. January 2026, we had a 16% drop. And then the most recent March 18th, we had a 12% drop. Are we getting ready to see this again? 100% of the time since June of last year, we have seen this happen. So are we going to get another sell off today? Quite possible. Let's go take a look at the chart and see how that is looking. And then we'll come back and check out the chat. Let's go here. Trading View. Let's go look at the chart. So we are seeing a little bit of sell-off here. Let me get rid of these arrows from the intro. It does look like we are coming in here on a zero line rejection, as I said, on the 4 hour. But let's go over here and take a look at the, we'll just stay on the 4 hour. I want to pull this up here, and we will pull this onto the daily. There we go. And we're just going to draw a swing, a Fibonacci from this upper level. Let's turn on the magnet. And let's just overlay this onto our higher time frames, and we'll see how this looks. There we go. Turn off the big ones, guys. There we go. We are rejected on the 50%, and I always tell you guys that when we come up on a retracement and reject on the 50% line, that is a very bearish pattern for us to do on fibs, and we are rejected at the 50% line perfectly here, double top on it, actually making it even worse if you ask me. So yeah, I think it's quite possible we do see this sell-off today take place. On the daily, we are rejecting also off that weekly dynamic reactor, and this could be our breakdown. If we look here at the lower end of the flag, do you have a flag?
Do you have a flag?
That's coming in right now at about 69,500. How much of a drop would that be from here? That would be about a 9% drop. That's right in line with what we've seen historically here on these sell-offs for FOMC. So be interesting to see how it plays out today. I think Jerome Powell is definitely going to be the deciding factor for how the market takes his hawkishness. And I think he might be pretty hawkish because he's at least got to set the narrative out there, the audio for the future video to match up to. Look, if you raise rates, I think it's too soon to do it, and we need to wait on more data. And there's a lot of things indicating that we are going to have higher inflation coming. You don't cut rates into inflation, and I think he's going to set that narrative up just in case he is pushed out of that seat, so that people can go, "What's changed? Why are you cutting rates now all of a sudden when we've heard that we were going to have higher inflation?" And then look, there's our higher inflation coming in after you cut rates, Kevin Warsh. So I think he will set that narrative up today, though. Right now, guys, the 100-day is coming in at about 75,688 below us, by the way, breaking this golden pocket very easily. See us coming down to standard deviation here on the lower VWAP, coming in right on line with that flag bottom. So I think $69,000 is in play today, especially if we lose this 100-day moving average here. So what else is there? Did I have anything else in here to go over? No, we're still rejecting in the spot where we said it would. May 1st, guys, coming up. We are at it's 29th right now. And so only 30 days this month. Tomorrow's the last day of the month. The 1st is going to be coming up here on Friday. And if that's the case, then we have to say, all right, are we about to set up our May sell-off as we've talked about here historically? Average, 40 some percent there, 32% downside, 36% downside, 51% downside. Sell in May, go away. Coming soon to a Friday near you. That will be happening this week. That's about all we had today, guys. I just wanted to go through some quick data for you. Today, be careful. The volatility, a lot of things coming in on that, especially with the earnings on top of Jerome Powell, on top of FOMC, on top of this oil data coming in here at the bottom of the hour. Just be very careful. I think if you guys are doing your trades, make sure you're setting your stop losses tight. And if you want a little bit of assistance with that, go check out JR in our Discord. He's going to be in here in a little while right here in the members voice chat, setting up some trade stuff. So in a little while, he'll be in there. If you guys are looking to trade with him, hop on in. No one's as smart as all of us together, and he has a great group over there trading with them in the Discord. So that is all we have today, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. If you guys got anything out of today's content, Smash up the like button. It helps out the algorithm. We're trying to grow here. Yesterday, believe it or not, I actually lost one subscriber. Not sure how that happened. No gains, but it's all right. We're going to keep growing. We're getting close to 9,000 subscribers. Before you know it, we'll be at 10,000. We're going to keep building this bear market, bringing out data every day, telling you guys what you really need to be watching. And it's not a candle on a chart on the 5 minute. That's great for trading, but that is not going to give you the sentiment of which way we are heading on the higher time frames, macro. And that's why we do so much macro stuff here at the Academy, because knowledge is profit. And the more knowledge you have, the more money you have. Make that money, right? Let's go. Get that cha-ching in the house. Perfect. All right, guys. If you haven't done so yet, smash up the like button. Helps us out immensely. Share it with a friend. Come back later. Comment on it. I will try to come back and comment back on you. And if anything else, man, just say hey and you enjoy the content, and I'll keep it coming for you every single Monday through Friday, 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys news, charts, markets, headlines, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Until next time, guys, trade safe, use some risk management. Peace, love, profits. We're out. Catch you guys tomorrow.
Knowledge is profit. Yeah, knowledge is profit. Check the macro, read the chart. You can't stop. You can't handle the truth. Target lock, ready to fire. Know the rocket. At the Pop Academy, knowledge is profit.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Alexander G, the Mock Queen is here. Buck is getting roasted. The pirate is in gear. OCS spaghetti. JL takes a nap. Short term signals lighten up the map. Knowledge is profit. Yeah, knowledge is profit. Check the macro. Check the macro. Read the charts. You can't stop it. Target lock. Ready to fire. Load the rocket. At the Piper Academy. Knowledge is profit. Yeah. Dodging the slide in the old potato sack. Waiting for the CME to gap right back. 50% of the time, they are right every time. So grab your Otter cup and get on the grind. Knowledge is profit. Yeah. Knowledge is profit. Check the macro. Check the macro. Read the charts. You can't stop it. Target lock, ready to fire. Load the rocket. At the Piper Academy, knowledge is profit. Trade safe. Use some risk management. Peace. Love. Profits. Profits. Oh.
That was awesome, dude.
Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?